What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and I'm back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing fantastic. Today, I want to give you guys an update on XRP, and I also want you guys to stick around to the end because there is some Ripple-related news and some XRP lawsuit stuff coming up. So that's going to be really fun to, untie. And usually I don't really do, share like Ripple news or, lawsuit news too much because I just want to focus on the price action. But I definitely think it could, add some sauce here, right? I mean, it makes it a little interesting. Anyways, we're going to jump right into here. And unfortunately, from the last video I had posted, we did see a breakdown from the blue box. Now, if you guys have been following me long enough, you know that when we first broke this area at 53 cents, I literally have tweets all over my page. I can go back and find them, but there's no point of, talking about that right now because we broke through it. But we broke through that area. We came up to the resistance up here, and resistances, again, do not break on the first try, and that is okay. And now we see basically price come back down to here. And I was a bull again. I can find it for you guys, but this area has always been an area of, support at that time. Came back up again, didn't make another high. And then we come back to this low here. We make a higher low, which is very bullish. Bounce back up again. So guys, 1, 2, 3 times I was right on the money there. And, all in all, like if you just even count the percentage gains, right, you have like a 270% bounce off that, right? You have a 150% bounce off that, and then finally a 67% bounce 3 times off of these areas, right? So we do know that this is either a support or a resistance. And then unfortunately in this last month we did see a breakdown through it. So it's unfortunate. And what I'm doing is I'm actually still buying. I've been buying weekly for a long time now, ever since we broke the dollar area. Because I personally believe in the long-term value of XRP, and also, Flare is coming out, so there's gonna be a lot of DeFi on XRP soon. So that is gonna be also interesting to see. But even though like it didn't really pump as hard as a lot of other alts did, because of the lawsuit as well. Because again, the United States wasn't able to buy any XRP, and of course. If you guys don't already know, United States is the biggest exit liquidity in the market, especially when, and a testament to that is like whenever a coin gets listed on Coinbase or Binance USA or anything, any US exchange, the price just starts dumping, right? Like United States is literally exit liquidity, and all the exchanges that have these coins early, right, end up pumping first and the hardest there, and then they come over to United States where, our fellow United States citizens get protected by the SEC, and of course those coins get dumped on. But besides the point, I'm just trying to emphasize how important it is for United States to list XRP so they can really see how far it can really progress, right, and how far price can actually go up. And also, Ripple is not able to launch any corridors in the United States, which would bring mass utility to XRP. So there's a lot of hurdles, but nonetheless, the price is, as it is, 39 cents right now, almost 40. And we have to analyze what's in front of us. So, with that being said, we broke through this support. Now it's become resistance, right? And I'm going to turn this red just so that it's very clear. This is now a resistance, right? Because, we broke through it. And most likely, in my personal opinion, we're probably going to come back up to here and break down, right? I do not believe that we're going to break right through it. It's just very unlikely at this point, especially with RSI breaking this low here. I mean, this is not a good sign either. But there are instances where RSI can reach that low and come back up, but it would have to be something like crazy to happen, like a settlement maybe might be able to push this up to a level that, would be worth buying or something like that. But don't want to get hopes up. Because realistically, we got to pay attention to the charts here. And this is going to be like most likely a resistance because as you can see, literally, even from 2017, this area acted as a support the first couple times. And then once it broke through it, people think that price is going to come back past it, but it doesn't. It ends up acting as resistance, and then it confirms it on this breaker here, and then breaking to new lows, making lower highs each time, and then breaking down to the next support region. And then until a base is formed, and a low is formed, and then price makes higher highs and higher lows again, like we did see over here in this area, price will then start trending up. But even though in the macro trend it does look pretty bullish, if we look at it from the overall picture here, this is a very bullish chart. But trying to time where this is going to be, like where we're going to get that big pump, is going to be very difficult. So we're just going to have to be patient. But right now the next support region is going to be this low here. And I use a couple of key metrics to identify that. High volume nodes are also very useful. And this indicator that you guys are seeing is known as the volume profile indicator. And whenever there's spikes like this is basically a high volume node where a lot of volume took place at that level, right? So at this 19 cents, so like I have my mouse over this area here, it's about 19 cents. At 19 cents, a lot of volume took place through the course of this whole entire chart on Bitstamp. So this is, again, a very good area to consider punting along. And then this red area will be a good area to consider punting a short. Now, none of that is, of course, financial advice, but this chart is very simple to me now. And I did have an Elliott wave count, but that, of course, has been invalidated. And I think that this is an X, right? A failed impulse here. And we're going to just have to be patient and see how it all plays out again, because right now trying to put a count on this is very difficult. It can be counted in so many ways. And I don't really have a good count on it, so I'm not going to give you guys a count that I'm not super confident in. But what I am confident in is horizontal levels, because these actually do hold pretty well, right? And even this trend line that I have here, this is like subjective as well. It's not really something that's such a strong indication of how this price chart looks, because this can keep going sideways. That doesn't necessarily mean that this trend line is no longer bullish. It can just be a different kind of trend line. Maybe kind of, I don't know, it could fan out more. Who knows? But, I still like to have it there just for now, because it's still relevant in this price area. But if price keeps going sideways, I mean, this trend line doesn't mean shit, guys. It's just a trend line. And horizontal levels are definitely more, reliable if you just look at the history of this chart. So because of that, I'm not going to really lean too much on this trend line that I have drawn here. So yeah, I mean, it's very simple, guys. Again, just to recap what I'm looking to do here. The next area I'm considering longs is 25 cents. I think that we'll definitely get some lows hit, but we'll just have to see how it plays out, because overall, looking at BTC, if you guys have watched my last video, I was very bullish on BTC for a long time. I know that we hit these 26K lows and then 27K, but we recently just pumped 32. It's all been eliminated now, but that's okay. I have a video on that if you guys want to just check that out as well. But we're just chilling right now, guys. We're cruising. Market is going sideways. There's not that much action, and XRP is, again, it's most likely a sell above 58, and unless there's mega volume or some type of settlement, something crazy that takes place, maybe then it can go really fly past that area. But until then, I just believe that we're going to have a slow drooling downwards, dump, unfortunately, to 25 cents. And I'm just holding, guys, because, again, I'm going to keep laddering because I believe in the long-term viability of XRP in the use case. So we'll just see what happens. And to pivot towards what I was talking about in the beginning of the video about what's happening with Ripple. And it's interesting because they're trying to build out a liquidity hub. If you guys are not familiar with the liquidity hub, it's in essence, in short, it's like an exchange almost, where they kind of make things really like frictionless and seamless as well. And the way ODL works, it does go through exchanges sometimes, but nonetheless, Ripple was talking about trying to look out for acquisitions as the industry hopes to drive growth through buying out other firms. So it's interesting to see that, like, Ripple might be buying an exchange. Like, I just think personally, like, an exchange or two might be, get bought out by Ripple. So that's going to be really fun to watch. And then over here, Brad talks about having a very strong balance sheet, which is really, really nice to see, again, because it gives you, an idea of, how Ripple is doing as a company. And Ripple, again, of course, ODL is one of the use cases that Ripple offers that uses XRP. So it's very good for XRP adoption. And then another thing that I want to share here is the lawsuit update. The judge ordered Hinman to basically, talk to them, right, and just talk about trying to reappeal the decision of turning over the emails, and basically have the judge reconsider her opinion. The judge already ruled that they have to turn over the emails, but the SEC trying to appeal that decision, and now they're basically going to have a phone call with the SEC, just talking about what the hell are they saying. And I have a photo here, and if you guys want to call in, it's at 3 p.m. June 7th, and this is the access code, and these are the numbers. It's really cool to see an international number because we have 67,000 signatures for all XRP holders, and John Deaton is representing us. And international, people have also signed that document. So it's really cool to see an international phone number as well as the United States number. And it's going to be real nice to see how this all plays out. And so yeah, that's pretty much the two things I wanted to share. And again, this does tie into XRP's price action, guys, at the end of the day, because having more availability for people to buy XRP is insane. Like right now, Uphold is the only United States exchange to buy XRP, and if you go look at their stats, like 70% of all Uphold, people who sign up on it end up buying XRP because people want to buy XRP but they can't, and it's a lot of work. But if people just had an easier way to do it, a lot of people would be buying XRP, ironically enough. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch what happens on June 7th. I will definitely be calling, and I cannot wait to hear the SEC's garbage as they make more and more excuses. But nonetheless, it is what it is. This is the cards that were dealt, and we got to take it day by day, because at the end of the day, we already know this lawsuit is not going to, go anywhere for the SEC, but we just know that they're going to delay it for as long as they can to try to stronghold and protect us, of course, right? Yep. Bunch of bullshit if you ask me, but I'm going to close it off here, guys. I think it was very straightforward. And as always, hodl, hodl, hodl. Peace.